trying to come up with video concepts that go along with my reading goals has been quite a challenge. It makes my stack really high, and I'm trying to figure out what to do, and it's the kind of challenge I like. But this time, I got smart, and I've decided to combine my video with my actual what I am reading this month already. And that is a HRCYED prompt, which is my personal challenge, which was to read the 10 books I actually chose for my TBR game. Since I kind of almost never read all 10 of those, even if I read 15 books. So I figured that was a fair challenge. That's the one I'm doing, and that's the one I'm videoing. So I'll see you inside. Hello. Welcome back to our channel. I'm Kelly Lynn Colby, editorial director at Cursed Dragon Ship Publishing. I'm also a freelance editor, a writer, and a reader. Please make sure to subscribe and like this video, and we'll bring you all kinds of fun content, both in the world of publishing, in the world of writing and editing, and the world of reading, which is my favorite world. For this video, I am attempting to finish my August TBR game, the actual 10 that I chose, which I will put the video here if you didn't get a chance to see it, with my little Disney game where the characters get to go to Cinderella's castle, which symbolizes a bookstore of some variety so that I can add to my collection. But I'm reading my books before adding to the collection because I got a bunch of them. Now, even if I read 15 books a month, I don't usually complete those 10 books because I have other goals. I have other things I'm doing, other readathons, other kind of things that I'm reading. So I'm still reading lots of books, just not the ones I chose. So for HRCYED, it's the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do. Highly recommend that. I will also put the video for that announcement here. It is by QWERTY. Has organized this. It is HRCYED 2.0. I did complete 1.0. One of the prompts is challenge yourself. And this is the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do. So to challenge myself, I decided to actually read the 10 books I chose for my August TBR game. Let's see how successful I am. So I have some accountability. You're coming along with me for the ride. Now, I'm quickly going to go over the books that I have, the ones that you will see on this video, but I'm not going to go too much detail over why I chose them or how that happened because that's all in that other video, so you can always watch that. But I want you to know what videos are in here or what books are going to be in this video, so you are prepared for the incredibly entertaining adventure that will be me trying to make myself read these books. I'm going to do it. The first book is In the Woods by Tanner French. This is book 1 in the Dublin Murder Squad. It has been on my list forever, so I'm very excited to read it. I am listening to it on audio. I'm already like 53% through, which is good because there's 6 days left, and that's still like almost 10 hours. It's very long. I don't know how that audiobook is so long. That will obviously be a priority because the library is going to take it back, so I need to get it done. But it's cool because while I'm reading it, I can like cross stitch at the same time. It's pretty cool. So this will be the first one I need to finish. Well, I do not have to do them in this order, right? But I do have to get them all done. But I'm already reading this one, so that one's on the list. Second book is The Girl with Strawberry Hair by Michael Moore. This one, nice little between YA and middle grade, I would call it. I've already read. So I just read that one. It was quick, and I'd read a huge book before, so I was like, let me just palate cleanse with the quick one. So I read this one. The third book is the second book in the Little Big. And that is the Brothers Northwind. The Brother Northwind. The Brother Northwind Secret. I don't know why I can't remember that. Look at the cool art. So this will be the next one that I need to read in this series. I split it up because this book was scaring me because it was so big. And it's split up into 6 books anyways, so I was like, I'm just going to tab it and treat it like a series. And it's working. I'm actually reading it. Yay! But I haven't started that yet. So, but I will. Next is Independence. That one I am reading on ebook. I also have this from Libby. But I'm about 40% in. It's pretty short. This I will get done in no time. I'm not worried about it. And then it goes away, of course. 5th one is The Quicksilver Court by Melissa Caruso. I am a little over halfway done with this one. Oh, this is also where you're going to see my crazy reading, where I always have one audiobook, one ebook, and one physical book at all times. This is how I read. First of all, it helps with my ADHD. So notice we have a historical fiction set in India. We have the murder mystery in Ireland and a YA fantasy in a second world. So these very different. So when my ADHD decides to, not let me do the things I want to do, then I can trick it by switching to read something else. So that's part of the reason why I do it. The other reason is I prefer physical books, but it's not always conducive for my life, right? Before I go to bed or if I'm traveling or any of those kind of things, I prefer ebooks because I don't have to carry a bunch of physical then. And if I'm doing dishes or taking a shower or going on a walk or, driving somewhere, for that, it's audiobooks. So for different parts of my life, I also use different things until, the library's trying to take it back and it becomes a priority. And then that's the only thing I read to try to get it done. Contact by Carl Sagan. So this is like a classic sci-fi that I have not read. I look forward to reading this one. Shadow of Night by Deborah Harkness. This is book 2 in the All Souls series. Look forward to this one too. This one, I think they go back in time to like Shakespeare time. So that will be fun. Very different than the first one that was in contemporary time. So this is more historical fiction fantasy. They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. This is a dystopian book where people get told when they're going to die. So they get, you got 24 hours left. I hope you had a nice life. And there's a service that pairs people up so that you don't have to die alone. I don't know how I feel about this yet, but I know it is beloved. And so hopefully I will feel the same. It seems there's more in that series now too. So I don't know what happens because they both die at the end. So maybe it's different characters. I don't know. I'm fascinated to see it. It's like there's a prequel and like a book 2 or something. I don't know. I'll figure that out later. If I like this series, if I like this book. The 9th book is Forever Odd by Dean Kunst. I have that one on audio and I already had to check it out from the library. So I really need to quickly get this done because it was like, oh, look, it's available. I was like, no, I need like another week so I can finish. So I already checked it out. So let's hope I can get both of these things done. At least if they take In the Woods back, I have the physical I can finish it with, right? I don't have the physical for Forever Odd, which is the second book in the Odd Thomas series. We'll see. I'm trying really hard. And the last book is The Ruins of Gorlim by John Flanagan. This is the first book in the Ranger's Apprentice. And this is, again, I don't know if this is middle grade or YA. So I will find out when I think it's YA. But I'll find out when I read it. But this is like an 18-book series or something. So, and I have like 5 of them already because I kept finding them thrifting and I couldn't not buy them. So we'll see. Hopefully at least I love it through book 5 since I own them. All right, so those are the 10 books. I don't want this video to be like 2.5 hours long, so I'm not going to update you all along on all of them. I will just come when I finish a book and I'll record what my impression was of that book. If I go anywhere fun to read, which could happen because DragonCon is at the end of this month. And so I will probably for sure have some books I haven't finished yet. I will bring to DragonCon with me. And so there should be some really cool videos of that kind of thing. But otherwise, I'm only going to update you when I finish a book, and then I'll let you know where I am on the, other versions of the books that I'm at so far. So the challenge yourself part means that I have to finish all 10 of these books by August 31st. I have one complete, about halfway in 3 of them, and it's the 12th of August. So, because, I had to read other books. You see, I do this every time. So let's see. I'm going to try really, really hard to get all of these done by August 31st. Because I've been challenged and I must rise to it. So, wish me luck, and I'll see you on the next update. Quick update before Zavo gets back with groceries. It is August 13th, and I have finished the Quicksilver Court. Sorry, Obsidian Tower is the first one. Finished the Quicksilver Court. Yay! 5 stars. Loved it. I was 4-star, 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 and about 3/4 of the way through. About halfway through, I was like 4.5 stars. And then 3/4 of the way through, I was like 5 stars. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. The beginning was a little rough for me because it had been like 9 months, 10 months since I read the first one. So I needed a little more hand-holding at the beginning, reminding me who the characters were. But I caught on quickly enough that by the time the action really, really started, I was good. And loved it. I'm excited to read the third one. So that one is finished. Remember, I'm not going to give you updates on everything because then this thing will be like 2 hours long. But when I do an update, when I finish one, I'll give you the updates in the other. Independence, I'm a little over halfway. It's only been 1 day, right? So I'm about the same. And I'm not really liking the voice in this one, but I'll finish it. And this one, love the voice in it. I've about 9 hours left, and I have to like do dishes and put up groceries and all of that. So I will get some more done today on this one. But the next one I will be reading physically, because I finished the physical book, will be the very heavy one. Book 2 in Little Big. So it's like novella size. So it's not from like here until this until this first mark. So not too bad. I think it's like under 200 pages. So that'll be my next physical read. And that makes 2 books done for the TBR game for the HRCYED Challenge 2.0. So come on, baby. Let's get it done. I want to get this crossed off. All right. I'll catch you with the next finished book. Update. It is August 14th. It's not always going to be this fast, but so next day I have finished In the Woods. I needed to because I had the audio on Libby, and I did it on time. Yay! All right, I'm going to give you some spoilers. So if you don't want to hear the spoilers, go to where it says like, finish the next book or book 4 or whatever the heck I call it on the, at the bottom down there. Skip ahead because I'm going to give some spoilers. The dynamic between the 2 main detectives was awesome. It was my favorite part. I loved it. And I love because they were like brothers and sisters. So they got along really well. And then inevitably, even though I was really hoping it wasn't going to be inevitable, they sleep together. And the dude detective goes batshit crazy. I was so mad at him. So mad at him. I almost put the book down. He was being a child. And sure, it's realistic, but I didn't care. It pissed me off so much. It's not that something is real, then I'm okay with it. No, it's not. I was so mad. And the whole book is in his voice. And I'm like, and I gotta hear this shit for the rest of the dang book? I don't know, man. I was so mad. But I had to know how it ended. So, got to the ending. So again, still spoilers, okay? The ending, there were 2 mysteries. One that happened with the main detective, Rob Ryan? What's his name? Yeah, Rob Ryan. The main detective happened when he was a kid and he has no memory of what happened. But him and his 2 best friends went off into the woods. They never came out. He did, and he was covered in blood. He has no idea what happened. So we have that mystery. And now we have a girl who's just been murdered in those same woods. And so now he's like getting flashbacks and things about when he was a kid. The girl's murder is solved, right? You know, the one that happens in modern time is solved pretty satisfactorily, I must say. I was very impressed with the way they did it and how they did it and what happened, even though little sad about how it all happened. But because the really guilty party didn't really get what they deserved. But I'm okay with that. At least the murder was solved. And that's what, that's what I needed. But his case, no resolution. Still don't know. I'm like, why did we spend so much time on this? This is a 20-hour audiobook. We spent so much time exploring what happened when he was a kid and what he remembered and what he didn't remember and how that was affecting him. And yet we get no answer. I was so mad. Having said all of that, I still gave it 3.5 stars because it's pretty darn well written. And the Cassie, the female detective who was his partner, she is the lead detective in the next book. So because I do like the writing, I like the setting. The way the mystery unfolded was very satisfying, the actual contemporary mystery. Because this isn't the same POV, since it's going to be Cassie's in the next one, I'm going to go ahead and try the next one and see, what this writer has to offer. But done. So that is 3 books now. I have 7 books to go. I have no idea where this video went, so I'm just going to slip in the cover and tell you what I thought of Independence. 2.5 stars. This book just did not quite work for me. It's about such an interesting time in history where Pakistan is created, and then you have 3 sisters who all choose different paths during this tumultuous time in Indian history. It's fascinating, yet this story was boring. I did not feel for these sisters in the way that I should have. I should have been moved. I should have cried, especially as much as I've cried this month with all of these incredible books that I have read. It should have been an easy target, man. I'm just ready to cry, it seems. And nothing, no tears. There are huge tragedies that happen in this book, but I felt none of them. It's not the way it's supposed to work. And so I am curious enough that now I want to read some nonfiction about what happened now, or some historical fiction, I don't know, that's written more in a way that I can digest, because it just didn't work. I don't know what else to say. Basically, it's just proof that every book is not for every person. And this one, definitely not for me. We have made it to August 18th. So I still have, 13 days left? And I have 5 books completed. Well, kind of completed. What I mean by that is Little Big. So I was reading book 2 in here. I'm DNFing it. It's making me extremely uncomfortable. There were some pictures of little girls in the first book that made me not comfortable, but the person who was taking the pictures wasn't interested in the girls. He was trying to get the fairies to come out, and the fairies seemed to respond to the girls earlier. So he was trying to get a picture, and I was like, am I just being too uptight? Maybe it's fine. Well, in book 2, the pictures come back and it's not innocent. And I was like, nope, I'm not reading this. Can't do it. So sadly, as beautiful as this book is and how whimsical it can be, I can't. I'm not. There are lines I don't cross even in fiction. For me, everyone can have their own lines or have no lines at all. It's completely up to you. But that's a line I don't cross. So sadly, I'm going to have to DNF it. And for my own personal TBR game, DNFing counts as finishing the book for the game. Because the whole point is to read the physical books I own, right? Because one of the points is reading the physical books I own, along with reading the ebooks I own and finishing series and completing readathons, right? So these are like my 4 reading goals. So I have decided this is not for me and I'm not reading it. So it's coming off my shelves, which means it does count in the HRCYED challenge for Challenge Yourself. So that's 5 books done. I am a little over halfway with Forever Odd. I'm really loving that one. It is extremely fast. I love the new character that they have in there. The villain in this is such a villain. Like stereotypical in one way and completely unique in another. Somehow or another, Dean Koontz, he's making it work, man. I love Odd Thomas's voice. I love it. I love the way he talks. I love his humor. I love the way he sees the world and himself. I just love it. So I'm 100% into that one. So we shall see. I'll update you when I finish it. And that's the audiobook. And remember, I don't have an ebook right now. I've read all the ebooks that I could get without buying more, which again, against the goal, right? Trying not to buy any more. Without buying more for this this particular TBR. So what I am going to pick up next is, I started at the very beginning of it, Ranger's Apprentice, the first book, which is The Ruins of Gorlin by John Flanagan. So this is a YA fantasy. So hopefully this will be a little bit lighter than this thing. Well, it's lighter in so many ways, but also lighter in, I don't want to say tone, because this thing had a very light tone. It was just tone deaf. Anyways, I need something else to escape into. So this is the next one. I'll let you know. 5 down, 5 to go. Also, I've done all of the recordings in here, and that's really boring. I should get out of the house occasionally. Well, there should be Dragon Con at the end, so hopefully you'll get some cool stuff at the end of this video. Remember how I said it was really boring to see updates from here all the time? Well, I'm sorry. This is where you're going to see updates. If you notice, most of us who are vlogging about books, that you get a lot of our updates from the same location because, you know, this is our job. So this is what we're doing. We tend to be at the same location while we're doing our job. But do not worry, because there will be Dragon Con at the end of this. So you'll get some bits and pieces at the end, because positive I will not get all these books done before we leave next Wednesday. Today is exactly 1 week from today. Today is Wednesday, August 20th. And so exactly 1 week from today, we will be on an airplane off to Dragon Con, which is weird in and of itself because we've always driven before. But it's a really long story why Kevin and I are not driving, but the kids, it's a long story. But there will be some interesting, really cool stuff at the end. But I did want to let you know that I finished Forever Odd and loved it. This series is so good. Dean Koontz is rocking it. I love the audio narrator too. That one I'm listening to on audio. Listen to the first 2 on audio. It's really well done. I love the humor in that book. I love the way he does the pop references. Love books with pop references, but they have to work and not be forced. This one, it just works. It's so good, and I love Odd. And both books are in the small little town in California, and I think maybe the way that the lead villain, the way, you know, the lead villain was defeated. I don't think I'm really spoiling anything saying that the lead villain gets defeated eventually. I'm just not going to tell you how. I think that was a little cheat. That was a little cheat. It's hard to tell you why I think that without spoilers. I've already put spoilers in, so I'm going to try to be good. If you've read it, let me know if you think it was a cheat too. But the way the entire book ended and where he's going for the next book, I'm just in tears, man. Tears. Really, really well done. So not only hitting the humor, but hitting the really deep emotional points as well. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. And so the next audiobook I picked up was Contact by Carl Sagan. This was one of the random books that I picked up, and from the jar of possibilities. And I just started it, so I'm not sure what I think yet. I did watch this movie with Jodie Foster in it decades ago. Love Jodie Foster. I had a huge crush on her forever. Just adore Jodie Foster. And so obviously watched everything she was in, including this movie. And right now it's starting when the main character is a child. And so we're going through all of these things, and the way she doesn't fit in, and how she's smarter than people around her, and the way she asks questions that adults don't want to answer, whether they be societal, religious, sexual, any of these things, or, just they don't know the answer, like how electronics work and stuff. And the way the adults avoid it with her feels so familiar. So familiar. I'm so lucky I had the parents I had that answered as much as they could, even though the other adults around me were always just flabbergasted by me and the things that I asked. So that part feels very familiar. So far I'm relating a lot to the main character. So I will keep you informed. I'm not sure if I like the narrator or not. We'll see. But if I tend to not gel with the narrator, then I can always read it because I have it right here. But I did want to I picked it up on Audible because I had some credits and I have too many physical left. So I wanted to make sure I could actually get to this, and I finished Forever Odd, so I need another audio, and this one was available. So this is the one I chose. And as another quick update, I am in just still the first act of The Ruins of Gorlin by John Flanagan, and so far I love it. I love it. It's exactly what I needed. A YA breath of fresh air kind of thing with an orphan trying to find his way in this world. I love that. It's a very traditional story, and I'm okay with that. I like traditional too. So it's nice to have this also along with everything else. We shall see if I'm still gelling with it as we get to the end. This will probably be the next one I finish, which is good because I have 2 physical left after this. I have 6 books done, 4 to go. I'll see you next time. We've made it to August 24th, and I finished another book. It was also really good. This might be my best reading month ever. Really, really good books. A lot of them. I after having some slow ones and iffy ones, and I don't know what's going on. I might have more 5 stars this month than we'll see. But this book, 4.5 stars. I say that because there are no female perspectives. They're all male perspectives. 2 of them, there are 2 female almost main characters in it. Almost. They're side characters that could be main characters, but they're not. And it looks like they're only going to be used as love interests, which kind of annoys me. But I am a woman who's read fantasy for my entire life, which has been decades and decades long. And I'm actually accustomed to that. So that's why it gets 4.5 stars. The rest of the story, so good. It had the right emotional beats. It had really cool things that happened at the right moments. It is YA, so don't expect like really awful things to happen. But you get bullies that get their comeuppance. You have a mentor who is worth apprenticing to, right? And more than one, actually. You have growth with the characters. At the beginning, we're like, we don't know the main character, Will, who he's not the only POV character, but he's definitely the main character. And he's, the Ranger's apprentice, hence the name of the entire series. At the beginning, he's an orphan. We don't know who his parents are, blah, blah, blah. And then at the end, he does find out who his dad is. So in other words, we've got all of this satisfaction going on in this book. It felt so good to read this book. This is YA done right. This is YA done right, except for the lack of female characters. We really need those in here. Otherwise, loved it. Loved it so much. Put it right in my series pick, so I cannot wait to keep reading this one. Loved it. And if y'all pay attention to the channel, you will see that I have thrifted like the first 5 of these. So I'm even relieved that I loved the first book, since now I have 4 more I already own in this series. And there's like a lot in this series. Some things told me 11, some things told me 18. I don't know. We'll figure it out as I go along. So, highly recommend. Now, where else am I in the reading? I have Contact. I am almost halfway through with Contact. I'm listening to this on audio because I had too many physical books, so I needed something else. And I'm listening to it fast because we're getting ready for Dragon Con. So there's a lot of cleaning being done, a lot of packing being done, a lot of prep. For some reason, I'm like, the bathroom needs to be scrubbed. I don't know why my brain does that, but it does things like that. Like, really, it wasn't important last week, but now you're going out of town. It's really important. Apparently, it is. So doing a lot of cleaning. So while I'm doing that, then I've been listening to Contact. So this one I will get done, I am sure, by the end of the month. And so being the 24th, I have exactly 7 days left. And I will tell you, if I was staying home, I would definitely get done with this. No problem. Because I'm going to Dragon Con, I don't know. Which leads me to, these are the last 2 books I have left. So Shadow of Night, it's book 2 in the All Souls trilogy. The first book is Discovery of Witches, and they both die at the end, which is a dystopian, I don't know if it's a YA or not, I'll find out, where they both die at the end. I don't know which one to go with. I would love to do this one. It's about 100 pages shorter than this. So I should be able to read this. I might be able to get it done before we go. Maybe. And then that would just leave this one. This one, however, I guarantee you it's going to be slower. Discovery of Witches, I loved it, but it was very slow. So you really, you ate it in small chunks at a time. And I don't know how much I'm going to be able to focus on this during the extremely fast-paced, never-ending Dragon Con. So I don't know. I think I'm going to do this one because I'm pretty sure I can get this one done before I go. And I know I would not get this one done. No way. If I had nothing else to do but to read this book for the next 2 days, I still wouldn't get it done before we went. So I'm going to do this one because then maybe I only need to bring 1 book with me. All right, that's the theory. That's what I'm going with. All right, that's what I'm doing. So this one's next. And then, so I'm close. I only have 3 books left and I'll have all 10 done. Oh, what? I'm feeling pretty good. Pretty good. All right. Here we are in Atlanta, Georgia for Dragon Con. We're on the 50th floor of the Westin. This is the landscape. We've got the Georgia Aquarium. Right there, center screen now, is the America's Mart, where the vendors and gaming is. Then when you see the blue spaceship there, that is the Hyatt. And the one with the big sign up there is the Marriott. And then right on the other side of the Marriott, kind of shaped in an angle, is the Hilton. This is Dragon Con footprint right there. You can't see the courtyard from here, sorry. Dragon Con is a very unique place, and here's what welcomed us on Wednesday night when we first got there. It is the Walking of the Dinosaurs. They walk from the Hyatt all the way through the habit trails to the Hilton for their party. I don't care what your thing is, it's at Dragon Con. It's why we love it. Like we say, Dragon Con is the convention you go to hang with your friends. Look, they even got Godzilla in there. And of course, one little girl found her group. Look at her. Look how cute she is. She's so cute. She's already tired. It's only day 1, sweetie. Look, they had DJ in the food court this year. I don't know what to say about that. And author panels, lots and lots of author panels. And this one was with Jim Butcher and Paul Blackthorne, who played Dresden in the TV show. This was the Penguin Random House panel, and we have authors from right to left: Ashley Poston, James Butcher, Jim Butcher, Patricia Briggs, and newcomer to me, Emily Kremholtz. It was a lot of fun. I didn't win a book though. And more author panels. This one right to left, we have Mel Todd, Rachel Rainier, Matt Dinneman, and Jody Lynn Nye. And look at this. This is one of the things that makes DragonCon awesome. First of all, look at the cosplay. Second of all of these people just made cool things just to swap, just to bring joy. How cool is that? I love it. I love DragonCon. This kind of stuff is everywhere. More amazing panels. This is a fan panel they had for Lord of the Rings. Lots of fan panels out there too. Again, you can find your people. And look, you can volunteer for Tech Ops. This is just a glimpse of the Marriott. This was not even close to a crowded time because I don't like to go in there when it's crowded. This is where all the great cosplay is. The Walk of Fame is down there. This is the Pulse Bar. This is the center of the con, kind of the heartbeat of it. Literally sometimes, because the music can be pretty loud too. But look at that. I know if you have watched Marvel movies and a bunch of other stuff, that you will have seen that landscape before. It's crazy. And I love it. You never know what you're going to see around any corner at DragonCon. For instance, I have no idea what this was. No clue. But it was so awesome. I'm like, man, people care about their cosplay, and I think it's fabulous. And of course, games with the family. We love tabletop games, and this is always our favorite part. Whether we grab players or we just grab whoever's standing next to us and says, you want to play a game? This time it was Azul and Acquire. Here I am standing in line at Starbucks. I'm trying to read. See, Shadow of Night. There it is. I'm totally going to get this done. I am being very realistic about my goals. It's fine. Okay, now this you have to listen to. In case you can't tell, this is volunteers from the audience playing Mario Kart and a live band playing the soundtrack. It's so cool. Update. It is September 2nd. We are about to leave DragonCon. It has been quite a week. It's not a weekend. It's a week. We've been pretty busy, and it's been pretty fun, and it was great spending time with the kids. And I should have put all of these cute little videos to give you a taste of what DragonCon is before you're seeing this, the final update for this video. I will say contact. I finished before we left for DragonCon because I had it on audio and I finished it while we were packing up and getting ready and last minute stuff, right? Contact done. Yay, book 8. It was a 5-star. Incredible. I just loved it. It was like a book about faith for scientists. So clever. Sorry, he's packing up the suitcase if you're hearing other things. Like, not kidding, we're about to leave. Then, for They Both Die at the End, I did not finish it. on the airplane. But I did finish it one quiet, I think it was Friday morning. So I went downstairs, grabbed Starbucks, and just finished the book off. And here I am in the lobby of the Westin during Dragon Con crying because it was so good. 5-star. 5-star? 5-star. Seriously, best reading month of my life. Okay, so here's the bad news. Sorry if the angle changed a little. I went to grab the book out of my bag. So Shadow of Night is very long. It's over 600 pages. And Discovery of Witches is a very slowly paced, carefully orchestrated book. That's not exactly really good reading for Dragon Con. So I did the best I could. I actually snuck in a few hours reading between quiet times, sometimes when we're waiting for someone to come. At line at Starbucks, you saw that video, right? Right? Yeah, but I didn't even get to page 200. So I have failed. I did not finish the challenge myself. Apparently it was too much of a challenge and I couldn't do it. I tried so hard. I read 9 of the books and a few of them were honkers, as you saw. There was one tiny one, but most of them were average size and there were like 3 big ones. And this last big one did me in. Did not finish. I tried really hard, but it's not called the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do for no reason. It is definitely the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do. And I have failed this time, but I have months to do this again. So we'll see what happens in the future. It will not be in September, will not be this month because I'm doing the Aurelium readathon. So I need to do those books, but so close. But I'm going to do it. I completed HRCYED last year. I'm going to do it again this year. And, you know, we're all doing the best we can. And that was the best I could do this time. I still read like 16 books or 15 books or something. Just not the 10 I needed to. Almost. All right. Well, thank you very much. Please make sure to subscribe and like this video. And how did you do? Have you challenged yourself this month? Let me know. I'll see you next time. Keep reading. So the first book is In the Woods.